Looks like we back. We're back again on a Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to you. What's up, Lo?
What's up, Eric Lee in the place to be?
Hey, another episode of the Dirty South Fantasy Football podcast. We got a lot to talk about today, man.
Yes, we do. We got a whole lot, and man, I definitely got some questions about the people in our fantasy league. What's going on? What's
Look,
the deal?
actually, we got one of the owners. He's slated to come out there.
Okay.
We're gonna see if Chaz really got what it takes to get up here and talk to us a little about what he did in the fantasy football league. So we're gonna talk about that, and we got to talk about what happened today in the NFL. Man, 53. Yeah,
Mhm.
everybody's rosters down to 53. We're gonna talk about a little bit about some folks that got cut, some
Yeah.
folks on the injury report, some crazy things that happened in the NFL. What about my boy, the Commanders, got shot in the behind, getting carjacked? My
Is
goodness,
that where he got shot?
shot in the. yeah.
I did not know that. I heard he got shot twice, but all the reports I saw it never said
They
it was
said he
in the
got
lower
shot.
extremities.
They said shot in the leg and the glute. I was like, okay,
Wow.
we know what the
Wow.
glute is. We know what the glute is. So
Exactly.
yeah, absolutely, man. So yeah, 53-man roster. A lot of folks got cut. A lot of fantasy owners that have already drafted are probably looking around like, yo, what in the world just happened? Some of the
Mhm.
yeah, man, it's gonna be crazy. So we'll talk about we can talk about the fact what you need to do now if somebody that you had in a position. Most of the folks that got cut, you probably weren't starting them anyway, but they're probably your backup players. So
Yeah,
uh,
definitely backup players. I mean, you want to go over a couple of the big names?
oh yeah, let's go over it.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, a couple of them came out of your camp.
Yeah. Well, basically, I actually took a picture of what's going on. I got the NFL Network over here, and they
Okay.
had notable players that have been released, and one was Josh Rosen. I guess basically Jacoby Brissett will be able to hold down the starting quarterbacking position until Deshaun Watson is off the suspension. He was let go. Kellen Mond, who was a backup quarterback
And I
in
like him.
Minnesota, I like him.
I like him.
But Minnesota just made a trade with Oakland for I can't remember the guys. I think it's Nick Mullen, the quarterback
Right.
from the Raiders. So that must mean that Kellen Mond must not have been showing too well in training camp and in the preseason games. I think I saw one stat where he had maybe 2 interceptions in the game. So he was released. Marlon Mack for the
Yeah.
Texans was released. That was a bit of a
That was a
surprise.
shocker. That's a
A
shocker.
big set. Well, I'm not in this league. I could talk about it because Damian Pierce was one of the rookie running
Running
backs that
backs. Yeah.
stayed there for a while before someone in the league selected him because we were not sure about him. Sony Michel, which I predicted running back
Man.
out of Miami, was also
University of
released.
Georgia, man.
Yes, he was released along with Josh Gordon. Some people didn't even know he was playing in the NFL last year.
Yeah.
And OJ Howard, tight end from the Buffalo Bills. So those are some of the notable
Man.
players that were released. I mean, you could probably start a team with a
Yeah.
lot of the guys.
I
A
heard you
pretty good
guys.
team.
I heard you let Muhammad Sanu go too.
Yes. Well, we have a very explosive receiving core for
Right.
the Miami Dolphins when you have Tyreek Hill and Jaden Waddle and then Cedric Wilson that we picked up from the Dallas Cowboys. He's our third wide receiver. And then we got this other wide receiver that we drafted in the fourth round, which was Beasting. And I don't know if you saw in the league, I picked him up. We call him Easy E. He's already got a name. You already call him Easy E. It's
Okay.
Eric Ikazamama.
That's his name.
Yeah, something like that. I just call
Right.
him Easy E. He's the fourth wide receiver, and another guy by the name of Sheffield. I think I'm pronouncing his last name correctly, who we picked up. And then Mike Kosicki, who's a tight end, but he's terrible at blocking, will start as a wide receiver. So those would kind of like be our 6 wide receivers, but we
Some
let some
moves.
people go. So
Okay.
yeah, there were some
And
moves made for the Miami
for
Dolphins.
them Dolphins. Okay, let's
Yes.
talk about the Baltimore Ravens with Kenyon Drake. He made his way over to Baltimore, man. So
You're asking me because you saw that
yeah,
I picked him up?
uh,
Did you see that this morning?
I saw that. I saw that. You're on your game. So
Well,
if you're playing fantasy football, make sure you stay attached to your waiver wire like Lorenzo
hey,
is.
hey,
How
man.
what time was it when you decided to get up to do that?
Well, actually, I just happened to have my phone in my hand, and I saw the report that he was being he was going to be interviewed for the Ravens and trying out. I think they just signed him. I don't even know if he, did a workout with them whatsoever. But once I saw that, I knew he was a free agent because someone else, I think Super Scotty, had dropped him from his squad because he didn't have enough players on his taxi squad. So he ended up dropping him.
Right.
And then based on my roster, he was probably, he still is like my rated probably as my 8th running back.
Right.
But, he was the best running back available of the free agent. So I just went ahead and picked him up because the Ravens do have some issues in their backfield. And that was one of the reasons why in the draft, I didn't pick J.K. Dobbins because he was available and Gus Edwards because I know they were both coming off of injuries.
Right.
So look, here we are getting ready to go into week 1 and they have to sign Kendrick Drake. So they have some issues with their running back as well as their quarterback.
Yeah. So, I mean, the thing about it is if you've drafted those guys and now they're bringing Kenyon Drake, you're saying to yourself, now what in the world I got to do with this now? That's crazy. Because when you think about it, you think you're going into the season with one set of running backs, then they bring somebody else in. It's one of those situations where what do I do now? Let's talk about Jimmy G.
Yeah, I thought that was quite interesting that Jimmy decided to stay with San Francisco because if he's on the roster for week 1, they owe him $25 million.
Right.
Basically.
Right.
So the fact that they came to an agreement, restructured the contract, is getting paid $6.5 million for the year. That's an expensive backup, but it's actually the same amount of money that Teddy Bridgewater is getting here in Miami. Right. So it's interesting, but it's funny that he didn't bet on himself, to go out there and try to see if anybody else would want him or was interested in paying. Well, I don't think a lot of people are going to pay that contract.
They're not going to pay the contract, but to think about it, I mean, do you want to go someplace where the system doesn't work for you so you can get smashed the whole time?
But it's kind of disrespectful when 2 seasons ago you led this
to the
Super Bowl, and now they just basically kicked you to the curb, and you weren't. He was not around the organization during the training camp and the preseason game. So now they're like, oh, come on back home. And we're going to let Trey Lance lead this team, but we want you here as an insurance policy.
But if you drafted Trey Lance, what are you thinking now? The question is, I put it on at the bottom. You think Jimmy G will eventually start the season? Because if you watch Trey Lance in the last preseason game, I could have did that.
Wow,
he was that bad.
Wow.
I mean,
I didn't actually see his last game. He threw 2 interceptions, or was it 3 interceptions?
When he had Debo wide open
and missed him.
I was like, this ain't gonna be good. This ain't gonna be good at all. So I mean, the thing about it is now you've got Trey Lance, who a lot of people put it on this. He's a starter in a lot of leagues.
Yeah.
And or at least a backup in most of them. Now you've got Jimmy G over his shoulder. What do you do?
Well, I think it was a good thing that someone in our league drafted Jimmy G. Just for an insurance policy, because there's going to be injury to some quarterback in these, in the first quarter of the season, sometime in the first 4 weeks, someone's going to get hurt and he can be traded. And then that's a contract that another team will take on. You'll take on a $6.5 million contract to get a starting quarterback if your quarterback goes down. So, you look at teams like Seattle, what's going on there. You got, Geno starting over there, and Trey Lock looked terrible. So they may be in a situation where they may want to trade for Jimmy G. I know that's in the same conference or what have you, but he's now trade bait with the salary that another team may be willing to take on.
If you're out and about and you're watching this on a live stream, feel free to drop us a chat, ask us any fantasy question, answer the question. You think Jimmy G will eventually start this season? I think as soon as Trey Lance throws a couple of interceptions, Jimmy, because fans are fickle.
Yeah, the thing they have to see whether or not Trey Lance can do it, because they traded 3 number 1 draft choices for him to move up to that position. They traded it with us, with the Miami Dolphins, to get into that position to get him. So they have to make sure that they at least give him the opportunity to see whether or not he can do the job. He may not be open, might not be ready right now, but he may be able to do it next year.
So fantasy owners, make sure you back up Trey Lance. Pick Jimmy G up right now, just in case, because you're gonna need him.
Yeah, it's just okay. So you think that Jalen Hurts is the truth? A lot of people are picking him high as a quarterback.
You know what? He had a good season last year. So I think he's going. I think he's going to show improvement. They gave him all of those weapons. They gave him Brown, and he already had the Heisman Trophy winner from Alabama. I mean, he's got everything he needs. Only thing he can do is fall on his face. So when you're talking about, is Jalen Hurts going to be the answer? A lot of people banking on him. He's being drafted either like 5th or 6th round in most fantasy leagues.
Right.
So it's definitely hot. I got another fantasy draft coming up. And I think I'm gonna go with the R&B superhero version of strategy this time. I've been checking it out. Trying to get those 2 running backs in the first 2 rounds. But a lot of people talk about, depending on how large the league is, if it comes back around on the turn, you might want to grab a top receiver at that position versus getting another running back. What are your thoughts?
Well, you got to be careful of the dead zone. The dead zone of the rounds 3 through 6. Depending on how many teams are in your league. So if you're talking about a 12-team league, then you're talking about that dead zone area where those running backs they're okay. But and if you're doing your research and doing your homework, there are more running backs that you could pick up on later on in the draft, as if you know who they are. Like, do you want to trust AJ Green? Because they say AJ Dillon and Green is, running back 1 and running back 1A and 1B.
Right.
So, and I had AJ Green, last year in one league, and every time I turned around, Dillon's coming into the game, and I'm like, yo, man, he's just taking my point. So do you want that for your number 1?
Right.
Or you want to pick up a quarterback that has a running back that has a huge upside, like a Dameon Pierce, or even though he's dealing with a hernia, a Kenneth Walker, who, yes, their teams may not be great offensively, but these will be running backs that will be the workhorses, especially in our league. That's why I picked Kenneth Walker. Yeah, we got Rashad Penny there, who closed the year pretty good, but is he the future? And we're in a dynasty league. You know what I mean? So, I picked him, so I got him on my taxi squad. But as soon as he starts to take over, boom, I got a strong number 2.
Okay.
When's
your next draft? Are you done?
Next Monday. Got one Monday night. And it's a 14-team league. Okay. So it's going to be, and the thing,
what's your draft position? What's your draft position?
We don't know the draft position until 30 minutes before.
Okay.
So it's like you have to go through different mock drafts. You have an idea. I already have an idea of what it's like to be number 1, so I'm doing mock drafts to figure out what it's like to be in the middle and at the end. But if you have a good strategy, like, I don't know if you want to go 2 running backs in round 1 and round 2, because those days are kind of like over, because it's such a huge passing league and there are only a few elite running backs, and those running backs should be gone like in basically the first 6 or 7 picks.
Right.
By the time you get around that turnaround 8 or 9, some of those running backs have question marks, so like, I like Javonte Williams, but how much is Melvin Gordon going to take away? They say it's going to be 70-30, but last year it was like 60-40, and I had Javonte Williams in the league as well, and you better believe Melvin Gordon came in there and took a lot of carries.
Okay.
So, so you just have to be careful with that number 2 pick. And you've got so many wide receivers that, and it depends if it's a PPR, full point. So you have so many wide receivers out there that are going to get points because, you pick some wide receivers that are AFC West, they're throwing the rock in the AFC West.
They're throwing it all over the place.
Are you
Are you full PPR in the
yes.
okay. All right.
Yes. Yes.
we turned one of our old standard leagues into a PPR. And of course, that meant that Jonathan Taylor is still number one no matter what you do.
Mm-hmm.
But it brought Christian McCaffrey back up into the number 2 position, where on a standard, we're going with the King Henry. But Henry is what in the PPR league, they're looking at him as the number 6 and number 7 running back because he doesn't catch the rock.
Right, exactly. And then you have to be
rock.
concerned. You got to be concerned about his foot injury. I think he still has the metal plate in his foot.
Hey man,
So,
he was my first round draft pick him out of the league. I'm riding that old horse. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Well, you better go ahead and make sure you get his backup. I think his name is Hassan something.
Yeah.
Rookie.
His backup last year is over at Carolina now.
Right. So Hassan.
He's backing up McCaffrey.
Right. So I have Hassan. I forget his last name is a rookie. So on my taxi squad to back up Henry.
Okay.
All
right. That's what's up, man. So sleepers. What are you seeing now? What do you think? Who do you think is going to be hot? You picked up somebody. You drafted somebody, and then you dropped them. And I watched it. I was watching NFL Network. It said the tight end for Indianapolis is going to be hot. They said Matt Ryan. They said Matt Ryan. Okay.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. That's my backup tight end. So I saw that and I was like, I got little, mixed emotions about that. But all I wanted to do there, and then I probably was a little bit of a homer by picking up Jerome Baker, but Jerome was a better linebacker than the ones I have. And I know, I know Jerome. So I know he gets a lot of tackles. So he scores more points and ranked higher than the linebackers that I have on my squad.
I got comedians in the chat.
Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness.
Shout out to Eric Freeman at the radio
Warwick
station. He said I drafted Warwick Dunn in the last week the company league. No, I didn't do that. I did not do that.
Okay.
Oh,
that's crazy.
Hold on. He just said Jimmy G gonna start the season.
That's not happening. He's not starting the season.
He's not gonna start the season?
No, he's not starting the season.
Okay. Well, you know what? I say the same thing. But
he hasn't played it down in the preseason.
But the thing about it is Kyle Shanahan, I don't believe that he would have kept Jimmy G if he truly believed that Trae Young was the man for real.
Okay, yeah, you know what? Let me take that back. Had I seen the last preseason game, maybe I'd have a stronger opinion on that. So you never know. Could be.
Yeah.
So I don't doubt that, but it would be interesting to see because Jimmy G starts and he haven't played a preseason game.
Right.
Wasn't there for training camp most of the time, so that'd be interesting. So yeah,
I'm thinking. I believe that Trae's gonna start, but I believe that eventually, if he gets out there and starts fumbling, because think about it, Jimmy G, like you said, took you to the Super Bowl a couple of years ago. Last year, was it the championship game that they lost?
Yeah,
they lost in the championship game with Jimmy G.
Right.
So now you're putting all your eggs in Trae's basket, and hopefully that he can, do what he need to do. But realistically, here we go. Matter of fact, we got to invite you in. Mid-season, Jimmy is the starter full time.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. Well, back to the tight end question. I want to just remind you, my starting tight end is Kyle Pitts.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So
I'm looking at it right now.
So we're referring to my backup tight end.
That was your backup. That was
my backup. And there are other tight ends that are kind of rated around him, but he is the number one tight end for the Colts. So, Matt Ryan would definitely be dumping off him. That's why I picked him. But, we're talking about it. So some of the owners in our league may see this, but I think he will still be available. And if someone takes him,
we got a guess.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chaz the Sandman, he's in the house. He is in the house. Chaz, where you at, man?
I'm here, man. I'm just cooking some taco meat. It's Taco Tuesday, so I got to get in
wow. Taco Tuesday.
Hey, you know what's Chaz, before we start, man, this is something that we do on a weekly basis.
Okay.
We got to put you in the hot seat, bro.
Oh man,
yeah, we're gonna have to put you in the hot seat.
Just got here, G.
Hey man, as soon as you got in here, and the first thing we're gonna do Let's put you in the hot seat. You in the dirty South.
Uh-huh.
You're in the dirty South fantasy hot seat. So we got some questions for you. We're gonna drop them on you. You got some man. Okay, so it's gonna be 6 questions. I'm gonna ask you a couple of things. You tell me what you like. Now here we go.
Okay.
Mayo or Miracle Whip?
So I don't like mayonnaise. So that ain't gonna work. That ain't.
All right. Backstreet Boys are in sync.
Oh.
Pass.
Superman or Batman?
Superman.
All right. Android or iPhone?
iPhone.
Chess or checkers?
That's a good one. I like checkers, but I know I should say chess, but I like checkers.
All right. Last one. Crack or cocaine?
Beep, beep, beep. No, sir.
Just we got to make sure. We got to make sure we know who we got in here. You're officially off the hot seat, man.
Okay, good.
Welcome back.
There we go.
Chaz, you are a number 4 pick.
Yes, sir.
In the league.
All
right. So what we're gonna do, man? We're gonna go and see exactly what you did, and we're gonna talk about that. So, Chaz.
Yeah.
You were the number 4 pick, and your first pick was who? Chase.
Yeah,
Jamar Chase.
Yeah, man.
You still happy with that pick?
Not really, but
wow.
Whoa!
Yeah,
not happy.
I'm not complaining about it.
So you're not happy with it?
Nah, I'm not happy with it.
So if you had a chance to do it all over again, who would you pick? You're the number 4 pick. Taylor's off the board. Allen's off the board. Justin Jefferson, you up. What you gonna pick next?
I probably would have went either Austin Eckler or Derrick Henry,
but
more so Austin Eckler.
Yeah, Austin Eckler. Yep.
Okay, so you would have went with the running back approach.
For sure, I definitely would have went Austin Eckler all day.
Okay, all right. Well, we got another draft coming up, don't we?
You do?
Aren't you you're in Envy's league, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so we got another one coming up. And there's a whole lot of trash talking in that one, Lorenzo.
More than this one, right? There's been no trash talking in this one.
But it'll be some trash talking.
There's a lot of trash talking in that league. Chad's gonna start talking trash, I'm sure. And I'll be talking trash.
Yeah, we had a little trashy exchange about drafting.
Definitely did.
Yeah, I was just like, yo, you need some depth at linebacker. He was like, I don't need no depth at linebacker. I want Kyle Pitts.
That's what I
want, man.
He's untouchable.
This is got a price. There's no such thing as untouchable.
Nah, he's untouchable. This is a dynasty league, dog.
Oh yeah,
It's a dynasty league. Okay,
so I offered you Jamar Chase and Saquon Barkley. You still untouchable?
I don't like Saquon Barkley.
Okay.
I'm not crazy about him.
I respect that. Me either.
Yeah. And playing for the Giants.
Yeah. The
only good thing about Barkley is he's playing in that NFC East. So, he's got some easy defenses to go up against. So, that's good. But can he stay healthy? And I saw him. I hope he's better this year than he was last year, because I saw him up close and personal, and he looked like some trash for real.
I mean, I think last year he was coming off an injury, so I mean that might have played a part into it. But we're gonna see this year. Hopefully he can bounce back.
Yeah.
Now,
and that was the questions I would have about the running backs that he select. Elijah Mitchell came on strong at the end of the season for the 49ers, which was a good thing. But can he stay healthy? And then we know that the 49ers use a lot of running backs.
Right.
So you've got Debo that's going to take away carries from you. And then you got Trey. Did they keep Trey?
Yeah, Trey Sermon.
Yeah, you got him as well. Taking this, I think Trey's, I can't remember who the number 2 running back is behind him, but
Josh Wilson.
Josh Wilson. Okay, so they've got so many running backs there that he could be somewhat of a strong number 2, but with so many question marks surrounding your number 1 running back, that's where I say, that's where you might be your weakest.
That's where I went ahead and just went up and picked up Josh Wilson just in case.
Good handcuff, right?
Just have an insurance plan, but no, I'm not thrilled at the running back position at all. But we're gonna see what it do. We're gonna make it do what it do.
Now, Lorenzo, we spoke earlier about Jalen Hurts. Chaz is a die-hard Philly fan.
Yes, sir.
And his first and his
Oh,
quarterback that he picked,
it's
Jalen
Jalen
Hurts.
Hurts. Yeah.
Now, what you hearing, Chaz? Because you're a lot closer to this whole Philly situation than we are. Chaz,
Did we lose him?
I think we may have lost Chaz.
Chaz.
I'm
trying to find
come
him.
on, Mr. Philly. Okay, think we lost Chaz, man. He on that dial-up AOL.
What is his name? What is this team name?
Oh, Chaz the Sandman.
The Sandman. I'm trying to find him here.
The Sandman. He called himself something smoke, all the smoke or something like that.
Oh man, I can't find it right here.
You can't find him? Okay.
I mean, I'm on something else trying to find him, and he's got all the gas.
All the
bad,
gas.
I got a phone call, but I'm back.
All the gas.
All the gas. He's
Yeah,
all
but
the gas.
what's your team name, man? I'm trying to find it. I got Phoenix
it's all the
Rising.
gas. It's all the gas.
Nah, give me something else.
What? Say it again.
The Mahonies, Commissioner G,
No.
Mike Street.
Oh,
No.
my team is. I think it's straight gas.
Straight gas.
I don't even see it right here.
Straight gas.
Two.
But it's Chaz the Sandman.
Oh, my bad. Okay, all
It's
right,
there.
I got it.
It's
I
there.
got it.
It's there.
Yeah, nah. Okay, straight gas, strong wide receiver, strong flex. But the kicker, defensive line, linebackers are average, and wide receiver 2's kind of weak. So that's why I was looking at. That's why I was looking at defenders, your defensive line, which is is a strength for mine. For us even talking about even doing some type of trade.
I mean, let's not. I don't know if you see that bench, but I got D Hopkins waiting over there.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I did see that. See that.
So,
that was a good move. Because I was thinking about picking him up and Calvin Ridley.
Yeah. I don't think Cal's gonna play this year though.
No, he's not. He's not. But he was going. He was just going to take up a spot because
for the
I thought my season was going to be over because all the elite quarterbacks were gone.
Right.
So Chaz, what you seeing in Philly?
Talking about I don't know, man. I really don't want to get my hopes up too high. We're gonna go as far as Jalen Hurts takes us. We made a really good trade today for C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
Yes. Great
3 year.
pickup.
Well, this is gonna be his 4th year, the end of his rookie contract.
Okay.
He's played really, really phenomenal football, fast. He played nickel in his time in New Orleans. So we're gonna transition him to safety. He's gonna be our starter. I see really good things in Philly. They have a lot of depth, man.
You know why Philadelphia made those moves, right?
Why you say that?
Because of the way the Miami Dolphins and Tua Tagovailoa torched them in practice.
Oh man, yeah.
Torched them in practice. Torched them so much. The coach said we're not even going to put our starters in his third
and then torch him in the preseason game too.
Oh my god! No, that practice, the highlights. Oh my god!
But it's Tyreek Hill. Like, what really can you do in bump and run coverage against Tyreek Hill? I didn't even. Like I'm not, getting discouraged about that because, like I said, we made some great acquisitions this offseason.
No, but my point,
Jalen takes us. What you saying?
But my point was because of that let them know they needed to improve in their secondary. So it actually worked out to be a good thing because Dallas has a potent offense as well. Even though Gallup is out, right? For the first
Gallup and James Washington.
Right. Do you all play them within the first 6 weeks?
We play them, I think, week 5.
Okay.
Sunday night.
Yeah. But actually, when I did see that move, I said that's a good move because they needed some help in the secondary for sure.
Yeah. And our secondary was older. Jaquessi Tart, he's like a 9-year vet from San Fran, and we had Anthony Harris. He's like 30. So I'm not mad at the move at all. Both of those guys got cut yesterday and today. So
wow,
I'm excited. I'm excited. We got James Bradbury out of New York starting his cornerback over there and for the Giants alongside Big Play Slay. So we're gonna see how it go, man. Like I said, we look good on paper, but you got to play on the field. We look damn good on paper.
Good stuff.
I like this Philly fan right here.
Yeah, shout out to your boy right here. Bobby Love is in the house. He said, "Hey, Ely and Ice T."
Bubby Love.
Bubby Love.
What's up, Bubby Love?
Hey, Bubby, I'm gonna see you at bike night tomorrow, man. Bring the nice one out, baby. Bring the nice one out.
Oh yeah, bring the one out with the turntables on the back. Bring the one with the turntables
with the mini fridge and the flat screen. You know, you got that one.
Yeah, Bubby. That's our dude right there.
Yeah, Bubby and I go back.
Okay,
definitely. Not as
go.
far as me and E. Lee, Bubby, but we go back.
hey. So Chaz, this is your first year of Dynasty. How you feeling?
I mean, it's too early to tell. Like, if I was to be transparent, I would say I'm a wait to see how it goes because I've never done anything
playing with a defense this year instead of just guessing. You got 3 defenders this year, right?
Right. Like playing with a whole team defense instead of usually playing with a whole team defense, but we pick players. So I'm excited to see how it goes. I don't know what to expect, but we're gonna see.
Hey, it could be called the Chaz Cup at the end because the winner of the league, the trophy is named after them for the rest of, or it's gonna be the Thomas Cup. Is it gonna be the Thomas Cup? Is it gonna be the Thomas Cup?
No, that don't even got a nice ring to it.
Man.
Yeah, that's true. But he's got a pretty good squad. He's got a good squad. If Barkley comes in to do what he can do, if he returns to his own form, and Elijah Mitchell does what he did at the end of the year, then he's got a strong squad. Because Jalen's going to give you points with his legs, regardless of what he does with his arm, he's going to give you points. So he could be a problem if those backs work out, and that's the question. You know what I mean? With his squad.
Well, we 30 minutes deep in here, man.
That was quick.
Yeah, man, it goes quick. I want to remind people, if you're checking us out on the replay, make sure you hit the like button if it's Facebook, or if you're on YouTube, hit that little subscription button and the notification, and it'll let you know exactly when we come on each and every Tuesday at 8 p.m. For the Dirty South Fantasy Football Podcast. Chaz, you still out there cooking food, man? Any last thoughts? Man. Last thoughts?
The lady coming home, bro. I gotta make sure she's straight when she eat now. I don't want no problem.
You don't want no problems.
Right, I'm out there playing Madden. She's like, "Oh, you on the game, but you can't cook me some food."
Good stuff. What's your social media handles for anybody that you want to follow or they want to follow you?
Man, y'all can reach out to me at Sandhead. That's all one word, SANDHEAD. So just reach out, holler at your boy. I respond back, I follow back, I show love. So and you can see me post every Sunday, letting y'all know how good my Eagles is and how we flying the victory. Let me stop, because if we get smacked against the Lions on week 1, I'm gonna have something to say.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah. Hey, Jazz, I just wanted to show you something. Can you see us?
I can see y'all. I can see y'all.
I got to take a picture, E. I haven't done it yet, but I went and got the new Madden.
Okay.
With John Madden on the cover.
Okay.
And I got to take a picture and I got to hold this one up. I got this one from 92.
Look at you.
Yeah, look at this.
That's the one with the ambulance come out and run over everybody and pick up the quarterback.
That's right. And
I still got it too.
You still got it?
I still got it.
And then every now and then we had to go.
There you go. Slap it in the console.
Yeah. It is still in. Oh my God! Look how big and thick the instructional manual used to be.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, Madden fans unite. Any last words, Lo?
Well, yeah, man. I'm so glad for this season to begin. Right. I'm really looking forward to this fantasy football league. I'm really excited about this dynasty format, because you really have to know what's going on with all the players that are in the NFL. So, you have to pay attention. Like when TJ Watt, got hurt.
Yeah, I saw it.
I was like, oh, okay. Oh, let me go. This is why I was talking to Chaz about, defenders and linebackers. Because as soon as TJ Watt got hurt, I was like, oh, let me go ahead and put him on the bench. Who did I pull off my bench? I pulled off Myles Garrett.
That's how you come up.
It's just too much.
Yeah, that's how you come up.
That's how you come up. So that's why during the draft, instead of, and we'll see exactly what happened, especially when it comes to Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
I picked him instead of J.K. Dobbins because of the question marks.
Right. Understand.
You know what I'm saying? And I think right after me, he went. And then someone else went that had some question marks. The only one, I think, Jerry Jeudy went after that. So those are the three. Those are the guys that were on the board that I was not sure about. Right. And I may regret picking Jerry Jeudy, not picking him and having him as a wide receiver instead of Myles Garrett. But you can't go wrong with having Myles Garrett.
No, not at all.
Well, how about this? I'm gonna let you know how that Jerry Jeudy pick play out because
he's on your team.
On my unit.
Okay, so you picked Jerry Jeudy. Okay,
yes,
great. And I went with Myles Garrett before that. And I just did that because I just wanted to get someone that I know is going to score points. And that's Myles Garrett. So
right. That's available. I respect
that. One of our league owners just hit me on the text. She's like, "Hey Eric, Mo Henny Mo, what's going on? We're gonna have you on the show too. Don't worry. We're gonna have every owner on the show at least one time during the season."
Mm-hmm.
And when Mo told me, I remember asking Mo to join the league. I said, "Hey Mo, I mean, it's gonna be a little something different. It's gonna be dynasty." She's like, "I done it all. I don't care what you come. I don't care what you do. I'm coming here to wreck shop." I was like, "Okay, all right." So we gonna have Mo on the show. Matter of fact, we might try to go ahead and get Mo on for next week.
Man, let's get Mo on.
Because she got a lot of talk with her. She got a lot of talk with her.
Let's see.
We got to get Mo up in here.
Yeah, that's my week one opponent. I might come back in here.
Just for the smoke.
Just for the smoke.
Yeah. Mo's running backs looking mad scary. They looking scary weak. That is. Her running backs. Her running backs is kind of weak.
We'll talk all about that, man. Shout out. Thanks, Chaz, for stopping through.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys for having me.
Absolutely. All right, man. Pleasure talking to you, dog.
Lo, you know you my brother from another mother.
That's
Shout
right.
out to Bubby Love. Bubby Love shouting us out. My boy Mike Fox, he just shouted us out. What up, Mike? Matter of fact, you need to get in our league one of these years, man. We're going to be out of here, but we'll be back next week, every Tuesday, 8 p.m. It goes down. It's the Dirty South Fantasy Football Podcast. Yours truly, E. Lee, and my man
Lorenzo Ice T Thomas represent the SU. I love it.
I love it.
Peace.